Cocaine crazy like it's 1980. Only served the raw, so never could you play with. Whoa, shit's cocaine crazy. And yo, shit so raw, what they tell me.
You already know what it is, man. We here with another one. Salute to everybody following the movement, man. I'm loving the feedback. I'm loving the interaction from everybody, the conversation that gets going when we get to talking about this. I appreciate you following it. We got a lot of things going on in the future as far as where we going to take this to and how in-depth we going to get with this education. But at the end of the day, I want everybody to know I appreciate you following the movement. Ain't no time more important than now. So this is why we still going to be getting to work. I'm still going to be letting you know more or less the education and what's going on around here. You know what I mean? So you already seen the title, man. We're going to get right into it, man. The anatomy, the science, the breakdown of a punchline.
Punchline, bitch ass up.
1, 2, 3, 4, punchline. 1, 2, 3, 4, punchline.
Shut your punchline, bitch ass up.
Nigga, you got a childish flow, dog. You still spitting all them punchlines, nigga. I ain't even about to try to out punchline you cause I ain't a punchline nigga. Now,
shut your punchline, bitch ass up. I mean, we all like punchlines, but it ain't that often that we need this shit.
What is it? Everybody say, oh, this person, yo, they be punching. This person punch crazy, yo. Yo, his punches be like crazy. What is it? Why? What is he or she doing? So we gonna break it down. Off rip, you know, I like to give my own personal definition as well as a little bit of something you're gonna find in the definition when you go look it up online, because battle rap is in a space where we use a lot of terminologies in places where we know we call it that, and that's the phrase we use amongst each other. But if you go outside of the battle rap space, they got a whole different like name for it or what they do with it. So I'm here to try to give you both. You feel me? A punchline could best be described as a statement, a line, a bar that uses comparative literary devices such as hyperbole, similes, metaphors. Those are the most common ones you're gonna see. See, I mean, the metaphor, especially once you hit, a simile, pardon me. Metaphors too, because we use both, but if we talking about technical, similes is like a ass, so you hear that all day. You know what I mean? This shit is crazier than, you know what I mean, crazy.
why the fuck they gave me you? I'm crazier than crazy glue.
Punch crazy, yo. Or you'll get hit like this.
So deaf to your style. Get some new shit. Bars have you up against the wall like the pool stick.
Hear that all day. So anything that you use to compare two things is considered to me a comparative literary device. Something like an analogy, you know what I mean? Whenever you use it to compare something or give an example of something, that's what I would call a comparative literary device. One of the four I just named, simile, metaphor, hyperbole, analogy, something like that, is accompanied with some level of wordplay, emphasis, and most important, this is important too, in most punchlines, you're going to get some sort of a reference to something in popular culture, something you'll see elsewhere in society, a commonality, something that everybody know about. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm making a punchline in New York, I'm gonna bring up the subway because everybody's experienced the subway in some way, shape, or form. Any comparative literary device accompanied with some sort of a reference and emphasis. You wanna show, like, you know what I mean? Well, let's get into the examples. You know what I mean? Once we get to talking about punchlining and battle rap and rap, period, for me, you can't get into this conversation without bringing up Big L.
You better flee hops or get your head flown 3 blocks. L keep rappers hearts pumping like beatbox. And every day
without Big L, ain't no Fabulouses, ain't no Lloyd Bankses, ain't no these kind of witty punchliner cats. They not the same person if you don't put in the groundwork that Big L with Jay-Z freestyle. He chopped Jay-Z head off in this. We're gonna keep it a band. But if you're not familiar with Big L and why it's important for me to even get into this, go do your research, spend too much time on this. But you have to hear some of this shit. You have to know some of this shit in order for you to really understand punchlines.
1 2 1 2, check it out. 1 2, check it. Hey yo, my crew be delivering hot lead when cats are clenched. Rappers are Jack and Lynch. Nobody can fuck with the way I be shit in rap events. Big is that nigga you expect to catch wreck on any cassette deck. I'm so ahead of my time, my parents haven't met yet. I'm feeling like this.
I mean, right there, till this day, that's some of the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. Let's leave with that. But he said, Big L is that nigga you expect to catch wreck. I'm so ahead of my time, my parents haven't even met yet. Now, like, what that does to your brain as a listener, it don't get no more beautiful than that. You feel what I'm saying? He's using, you know what he's implying. The implication is a huge part about a punchline. What's being implied. He's trying to tell you he's so ahead of his time, his parents haven't met yet. You know now the commonality is everybody knows that, yo, your parents have to meet for you to exist. All right, so he's telling you that's how ahead of his time it is. Now he's taking a phrase or idiom, being ahead of your time. Somebody tell you you're ahead of your time. That mean you're innovative. You bring a new light that's not there yet. You bring a new energy that is not accustomed to. So he's using that idiom, that popular idiom, to explain to you like, yo, I'm so ahead of my time, more than y'all niggas, that my parents haven't even met yet. Come on, man. Like, that's beautiful. It don't get no more lovely than that. We ain't gonna spend too much time because Big L, he got a bunch of them shits.
I start white cops to they life stops for the low price socks because my blood is colder than the ice box.
Okay. All right. I stomp white cops till they life stops. Cause my heart is colder than the ice box. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody know an ice box. That's a commonality. Everybody know that thing. As far as the exaggerative, the emphasis, what you trying to portray, he's telling you that's how cold I am, like an ice box. So you're comparing the two, you're using a hyperbole or hyperbolic type ball because it's not about what's being said. Understand that. The hyperbole is what makes it like, yeah, it's supposed to be out of this world. It's supposed to be exaggerated. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes the punchline dope. So in battle rap, many different lines get constituted as a punchline. Just like that last Big L line, he showed you like, take white cops and he gave you the wordplay leading up to that final punch, that final punchline. You feel what I'm saying? Punchline is not to be confused with a comedic punchline. That means like, okay, I mean, here's where you're supposed to laugh. The only relation that has is a lot of the time a punchline demands a reaction from the crowd. Like, oh my God, that is the piece that put the whole stanza together, that put that whole 4, 5, 6 bar setup together. This was the line that made it matter. You feel what I'm saying? So in battle rap, it's a bunch of different lines people charge up as punchlines, or they feel like it's a punchline. You feel what I'm saying? Even in schemes, a lot of the schemes be punchlines. To me, the biggest difference in a scheme and a punchline is that with a scheme, a lot of the homophones, a lot of the homonyms, a lot of the wordplay is happening in the lead up, in the first 3, 4 balls before the actual final punch. Now the thing is, all schemes kind of have punches in them, but not all punches have schemes in them. But the lead up to it, if it has a lot of wordplay and a lot of word association dealing with the punch, then it gets classified as a scheme. You feel what I'm saying? So they get a little confusing. A lot of the ways that people make punchlines is a bunch of wordplay. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it can get confusing between a scheme and a punchline. All punchlines also got what we call a setup. Now the setup a lot of times could be certain key points to drive that last bar home, that last punchline, that last one-liner to make it all come together. A lot of times the first 2 or 3 bars is just to set up that punch. So in the setup, it could be key points, or it could just be some dope wordplay. It could just be all momentum building, where it's like, it's not even too much you need to get caught up. Just take that as face value. The last bar where you're going to, that build up, you know, that momentum. Somebody say, I wait the bag, greet the bag, greet that, some, greet the, that last line is what makes that the punch. You know what I'm saying? You land on it, it brings everything together. A good punch is going to bring everything you said before together. You feel me? It all got to add up like a fucking storyline, like a math problem, like the answers at the end. You understand what I'm saying? So that's very important when we talking coming up with a punchline. So let's do a quick recap while we still here. You got your point of emphasis and comparison. A hyperbole does that beautifully because it's going to compare something and also exaggerate at the same time. An analogy, a simile, a metaphor, these are things that you show me a punchline where that don't exist, I got $100 for you. You understand? Because you're going to have one of those types of statements, one of those types of tools being used in the punchline. You feel what I'm saying? Back to the examples in battle rap. When you talk about punchlines, man, it's a few people off rip come to mind. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I know what you're thinking right now. Depending on when you came into the game, you got certain people running through your head. So I'm gonna answer it for you. When you think of punchlines coming first, you automatically think of Conceited. Now, I'm talking about current common era battle rap. You know what I mean? 40 Cal is one of the most probably premier names back then doing it. A lot of different names from the Fight Club era. Cardi, Sam Scarfo, Big Ace. A lot of these people been on that punchline wave even before that. You know what I mean? Like I said, correct me if y'all know something I don't know. Definitely drop a comment. Put it in the comments. I'm down to hear it. You know what I'm saying? But if we talking common era, one of the first besides a QP, SONS, you feel what I'm saying? Or the Sons period, Heartless, people like that. Conceited, man. And he SONS too, if I'm not mistaken. So that whole era of insane punchlines where it's like they were force feeding you punches, whether you liked it or not, you had to fuck with it because it's like, damn, that shit was fire. Like, you can't deny. That's why the punchline is used how it is, because it's easily, it's like, it's easy to appeal to somebody with a punchline. It's easy to get your point across with a punchline. You get a comparative statement, that's all day. I could always tell you what you like. I could always tell you what this is kind of like, or tell you how this, that, and the third, and tell you that to that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, it's endless. You can always have those. We don't get right into it. You feel me?
Nigga, you got some nerve making these people think that you putting a lot of work on the llama squirt? Well, I'll show you I don't need a boogie board for me to body surf.
Okay. Right off the bat. Salute to Conceited, to Zoe. You know what I mean? Big Zoe shit. Shout out to Z, Conceited. But right there, that's exactly what I was talking about. Like, you can hear him say, you trying to convince these people you let the llama squirt and you body surf? Nigga, I'ma show y'all I don't need a boogie board to body surf. Now, realistically speaking, he didn't have to say the first two lines for that one line to stand on its own. But he said it not only, one, to kind of show where he's going, and two, to give you that wordplay, that setup, that momentum, that build up to the heavy punchline. That's what makes it crazy, that cadence, that flow. Don't forget, we battle rapping, this is rapping. You need that rhyme pattern and flow, that cadence, that little bit of a bounce. Yeah, we going acapella, but there's a little bit of a bounce, some sort of a pattern, some sort of a heartbeat. You gotta hear it. If you don't hear it, it's not gonna hit the same. You know what I'm saying? So that's the body surf. You know what I mean? He's comparing. That's a name flip. And also that short little tiny scheme, which is so basically a punch. I don't need a boogie board to body surf. It don't get no more textbook than that. You know what I'm saying?
If I said, you know what time it is, you will get clocked in a second by our hands than a minute. Nigga, we can get it popping.
See, now that's another example of what I'm talking about. You see how it's a very thin line between scheme and punch. And I've just told you before, I classify that mostly in the setup. Now, that one line didn't show the setup too much, but he's telling you if we got hour, hands, and then a minute, he's telling you hours, seconds, hands, minutes, all that got to do with a clock. And I'm sure the bar before that had something to do with a clock or reference of a clock. I'm hoping y'all see the pattern. Once again, like I said, these innovators of the style continue to grow, continue to go on. Another name you can't smooth over when you talk about punchlines in the common era, B motherfucking Magic. I feel like B Magic almost cultivated that back-to-back punchline style where he kind of broke all the rules, where ain't too much setup. The setup is built into the bar. Like, he's giving you 4 lines, all of them are punchlines. And not a lot of people was doing that effectively. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like he was doing that on the main stage. He was doing that in front of big crowds, small crowds. It was easy to catch. It was nothing like you've seen before as far as punchlines go. You feel me? Which speaks to the greatness of B Magic. Let's get into it.
Jumping kappa nigga, step show. Get blunt objects across your mouth. Let's smoke. I got something in store for you, dog. Petco, a liter of blood to run out him like death row. I said,
Nah. All right, see, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about. He said, stepping kappa nigga, step show. Get something blunt. That's a bar. Stepping kappa nigga, that step show. Your blunt object, the word plays in a blunt. But see how we 2 bars in and we 2 punchlines in. That warranted reaction. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we 2 punches in, 2 heavy metaphors, heavy wordplay, 2 of them in, and he got 2 already. 2 bars, 2 punches, the punch ratio, you know what I mean? Compared to a name like Charlie Clips, who's also very effective with the punchlines, Charlie Clips is going to give you a little bit more of a setup that you can see even in this battle. Let's listen to this one more time, because the nigga wowed out.
jumping kappa nigga, step show. Get blunt objects across your mouth. Let's smoke.
Jumping kappa nigga, step show, get blunt objects across your mouth. Let's smoke.
Got something in store for you, dog. Petco, a liter.
Got something in store for you, dog. Petco. Oh my God. This nigga, who's doing this? Who's doing this before B Magic? Please help me. What? This is 3 bars in. He got 3 very effective punchlines. From the a step show, let's smoke, right into got something in store for you, dog. Petco. Into the final 4-bar setup.
Of blood to run out him like death row. I said,
Come on. A liter of blood to run out him like death row. A liter of blood? He's like leader, like the person who leads the crowd, and leader, like, I mean, the unit measurement of liquid. Like a liter of blood, the liter of blood to run out you like death row. Suge Knight, come. B motherfucking Magic, man. That's all. So we can't bring up names like B Magic, Conceited. Y'all know where I'm going with this, man. The new era. You know what I mean? If B Magic was Ray Allen, this nigga is fucking Steph Curry. You know what I mean? Rum Nitty, man. Like, we're talking about somebody who's pulling up from half court with the punches and draining it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that level of wow. You know what I'm saying? Some of the shit he says that I ain't gonna get it. We got a bunch of shit to go to. I can spend. That's gonna get its own video. But we're gonna talk about it like the MOP, Annie up. You know what I mean? A nigga, a 357, a nigga that shacks certain bars like that. It's just wonderfully written punchlines. Like, you can't get better. It has everything in it. It has the build-up. It has the delivery. It has the performance. It has the wordplay. It has the intellectual. It has the thought-provoking. It has the attack. Everything. Let's get into this shit, man.
First Shaq Suge, nigga, why you try? You jumped out on me first, my nigga. Here's what I reply. And it's time to die. So let's get one thing straight. Your vital signs are
Come on. Yo, come on. He said it's time to die. Something, nigga, so let's get, and that's Suge shit. He's battling Suge now. He's saying, let's get one thing straight. Your vital signs. Are you, like, that's flat? Do we gotta explain that, man? Come on, man. My nitties like no other. You know what I'm saying?
I let this open up illiterate airheads with a dum-dum.
Oh, this is it. That's all we need right here.
Long rounds for cousin. Big rounds I'm stuffing. They stay ill in the lobby. I grab the nose running. I'm coming down with some.
Oh my God, man. He's telling you he upstairs in the hotel. He hear Will in the lobby. I grabbed the nose running. I'm coming down with something. That delivery accompanied with the performance is what makes this an elite bar. You feel what I'm saying? The setup, once again, we said that setup is a momentum builder. That's what that's there for. He's also explaining to you where he's going. But the rhyming accompanied with the explanation is what makes an elite setup. You know what I'm saying? Big rounds I'm stuffing, rounds I'm blunting. They say Will in the lobby. I grab a nose running. I'm coming down with something. That whole, you don't get to that last bar without the beginning. If you just say that last bar, it's fire. It's dead heat. That's the punch. But the setup makes it like if you don't duck that, you're falling. You understand? That's not just like a landed punch. That's like, you know what I mean? Tyson throw a haymaker and it lands. All right, so boom, we had to take it to the pad right quick just to show y'all a visual what I'm talking about. We got another one of Rum Nitty's haymakers from the Ill Will versus Rum Nitty battle. If you ain't catch that, go check that out. Even if you did, go watch it back. That's one of them ones. But another one, I outlined it just to give y'all a visual what I'm talking about. You can see right here.
Your face, blah! The hammer burst. Show you how the ladder work. Pull up with it. Whoever in front get injured. That's the Madden curse. I'll bag you first.
Here, boom. Hammer burst, ladder work, Madden curse. All of those rhyme. That's why they underlined. All right? So understand, these two bars right here is only here for momentum build. It's here for momentum build. Even this one, this whole setup is here for momentum build. Boom. All of this. That could be looked at as a momentum build. Right here, we looking at the punch itself. Boom. That's the punch. Whoever's in front get injured. That's the Madden curse. That's the punch. That can stand by itself. You got the commonality. I wrote in italic just so you can know what I'm talking about. Let's get y'all right in here. You got the italic right here, just so you can know that this right here, that right there is the commonality. That's the thing that everybody knows about. That's the thing the reference that everybody knows about. That's what makes this punch a wow factor. These two bars, including this, these two bars, including this one. Boom. This is very important. This half a bar. See, I also got it outlined so that y'all can see for yourself. This is not really a 4-bar delivery point. These is 3 bars. You got 1, 2, a pause right here. That's 1.5. So we're gonna call it 3.5. And that's the third. You landed on a third. So boom, let's clear all this up. So basically, once you get to going, you see these will add up. So you got the momentum builders right here. Boom. Half a bar also adding to the momentum build. Straight into the punch. Boom. Whoever the it is describing the hammer burst, the ladder work. That's the it he gonna bring. You understand? So whoever's in front get injured. That's the Madden curse. This is beautifully written right here, just so you can get a visual what I'm talking about. All the components that I said was gonna be here is right here. You got the references, you got the setup for momentum, and you got the punch. You feel what I'm saying? It's levels to this punch shit, man. And right now, Rum Nitty is the pinnacle of that shit. You feel me? And if niggas check their egos at the door, they'll tell you that too. You feel what I'm saying? Realistically, don't get me wrong. Everybody could get beat. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody could get smoked one way or another. But when it comes to just talking about what we do and identifying the structure, everything that goes in, Rum Nitty's one of the top, if not the top niggas as far as this punchline go. I could do honorable mentions all day. Some of my personal favorite is Iron Solomon. You know what I mean? I already mentioned Av. I already mentioned fucking Tay-Rock. You know what I mean? JC. Some of these niggas, when it comes to punches, they punch just as hard as Rum. They punch just as crazy and back-to-back as B Magic and all that. But these few people I'm naming, they got the clout to go along with the skill. You feel what I'm saying? So, in closing, the main components of a punchline. We got build-up. We got comparative statements, hyperboles, analogies, metaphors, simile. You know what I mean? Anything like that. a reference that everybody can understand. Everybody has been there before. Everybody done had a nose and it's running, and you feel like you're coming down with something. That idiom, that idiom. Oh, I think you're coming down with something. That's not in American English. That statement means, oh, you know what I mean? You're getting sick, and everybody knows that you grab a nose running, coming down. So those components is what makes a punchline crazy like that. The cultural reference, the statement that says something that everybody knows about. This is what the best punchlines are made out of, man. I hope I broke this shit down as best as I could. This ain't like I said, this ain't the last time we're gonna talk about this. This is gonna be a reoccurring thing in this space. You feel what I'm saying? So salute to you. Salute to everybody who pulled up showing love, man. Yeah, I mean, I hope by the end of this, all my writers can write better punchlines. I hope all my fans or my listeners can listen and catch the complexity of a punchline now, where if it's some regular shit, you know what I'm saying, or regular, or like of this, like of that, and like of this, and if it's just like this, I hope you know the difference between somebody who spent that extra time, went that extra mile to make that punch hit, versus somebody who just slapped it together. This has been Gaddafi Green, Battle Rap Science. It's the movie.